What's up, my Fina loves? It's Miss Fina D coming to you all from Fina Entertainment News. So Bravo decided to break down episode 1 to 4. So this is no spoiler or anything. They are basically giving you a breakdown on what the episode is going to be about, and then you get to see the actual visual of everything. So if you still consider things like that spoiler, then this video is not for you. You can go ahead and leave the video. But I decided it's interesting because we've been talking about the season, and everything happens next week, so I'm like, we'll just do a fun video about it, and we shall see what's going to happen once we get to see the actual visual. Okay, so basically episode 1 is Kenya New Road as mother to daughter Brooklyn. Portia's relationship with Dennis hits a rough patch. A guest shows up at Kandi's restaurant to reveal shocking news about Dennis. Cynthia is obsessed about getting engaged. Ooh, child, not obsessed, but Cynthia, if you're already buying a dress before the man even proposed, I can see why they said that. All right, and I'm sure the producers who wrote this, they're the ones filming Cynthia and her now fiance Mike Hill, and probably saw her behavior and conversations, and that's why. All I can hope is that Mike Hill actually proposed when he was ready, and not because he felt pressured or felt like he was about to lose a good thing if he did not get down on one knee, okay? Wishing Cynthia and Mike, the best. Her daughter Noelle lives out there with him in LA. They do have a dating show coming up called The Hookup. According to them, they met on Steve Harvey. It was a dating segment. But unless the Steve Harvey dating segment was previously recorded, Cynthia and Mike actually met on his podcast and had an entire interview, okay? So unless, like I said, a Steve Harvey situation was recorded before her podcast with Mike, then no, that wasn't their first time meeting. But because of they met that way, and so far their relationship is a success, they want to help other couples find love. So, they have their own show coming out that they're already, they're shopping around and things like that. So congratulations to Cynthia and Mike Hill. All right, as far as the girl at the restaurant, most of you heard about Dennis allegedly cheating on Portia. There's this girl named Sincere or Sincerely, and that's her name on social media. And you can see her in the episode saying, "I'm the mistress." I don't think the girl is admitting to being Dennis' mistress. I think she's saying to Kandi, "Look, man, I didn't do anything, and yet my name is all over the blogs saying that I'm the mistress, but I'm really not." And Bravo basically chopped up her entire conversation and just kept the part, "I'm the mistress," and put that on a preview so that people could watch. But I don't think she's admitting to being his mistress, because she denied all over social media when news broke a few months back, okay? So that's that. And that right there is the issue with Portia and Dennis' relationship, okay? And as we know now, Portia and Dennis were able to resolve their issues and they're back together. So let's go ahead and move on to episode 2. That was episode 1. And tried to clean up the mess in the aftermath of the Barbie bash. Kenya unleashes her unfiltered tuts on Cynthia while struggling to make sense of her relationship. Portia drops a bomb that no one is expecting. Okay, the bomb that Portia dropped probably was that she and Dennis are no longer together. If the man have a mistress allegedly, or he cheated allegedly, then why you want to stay with him? So that's the bomb I'm thinking about, that they separated. But like I said, we know now they're back together. They worked it out. Now Eva was asked on Kenya Moore bash. I remember saying this. Because there was a video of the girls discussing, if Portia was coming and Portia's situations and things like that at the event. We're here.
Was just trying to figure out what she wants to do. So that didn't tell me if they were together, if they're not together, or what. Is she coming today? She told me that she's coming. Okay. So. Okay, she's coming. Yeah, but don't ask her about it.
You could hear it. Of course, they had to bring some form of drama, but it's Eva and Cynthia Bailey having a chat, so I'm sure they kept it cute. Okay, it was very intense, but they kept it cute. Eva question was valid. Hey, do you think Portia is going to come today with all of the issues she got going on in her relationship? First I heard they were together, now they're not together. It makes sense to ask that question if she's going to be at the event. It was when she said, well, I'm going to ask her about it, and then she kept talking about it. You know how the show goes above and beyond to twist things and make it seem, worse than it was. So I'm looking forward to seeing how they flip this. But we shall see how this clip is going to be used, if it's even going to make the show. We are going to see the transition and all of that. But time and place, girl. I know you're trying to secure your peach and all of that. But yeah, time and place. And that right there wasn't the place. But I can already see what's going on here. If Kenya is being extra nice and, not getting into anything, oh no, let's start something at her daughter's event, because that right there would be the straw to make her go off and give us the Kenya that we are looking for. You know how to be pushing people buttons until they really go there. Hopefully Cynthia Bailey was nice enough to remind her, not now, not here, especially with them being friends, not at my friend event. Because like I said, even if Kenya joined a conversation or they laughed it off or Kenya didn't see it, this is still going to be something that she's going to watch, and she's going to be like, really? You did this at my daughter event? And that could lead to her either just, don't react, just move on, or reacting at the reunion, coming for Eva, or even reacting on social media, because why would you do that? So we shall see how everything, play out. And in that video when I did it, I said two things are going to happen. Either Kenya is going to come by and hear the conversation and not care at all, or Kenya is going to come by and hear the conversation and get very upset that the girls couldn't just put their differences aside for one night and celebrate Brooklyn. Her event, that's one thing, but not at a child's event. And that could have probably sent her overboard, which led to her and Eva, having the little issues. And as you can see now, they're cool again. Eva is all in her comments, calling her beautiful, gorgeous, and she's responding, you're gorgeous, and all that stuff. So they're good. Of course, no matter what Kenya and Cynthia or Kandi go through, they're cool, but they don't really go through anything compared to what they've gone through with the other lady, okay? So they're all cool. But that's my take on it. All right, and then Kenya relationship issues, we already know. And then we go to episode 3. Eva and Cynthia get closer as some of the ladies get ready to head toward Pride in New York City. Kenya confides that she and Mark are having problems. Kandi and Todd debate parenting styles. Nene returns with a new outlook on life and great news, okay? Episode 4. Well, let's talk about episode 3 first. I just talked about this in the Kenya Moore video about Nene. I said, of course, the producers, they're never going to come out and admit that Nene Leakes was suspended. Of course not. So Nene's going to come back and make it look like, Greg and I, going through a lot. Greg was sick and all of that. I know I had a rough year on the last season. I just needed a break. Or I opened my new store, at the MGM, and I'm the first Black woman to do this, and I'm doing this down the third, and, come back announcing something like that, or finding an excuse that she could wrap up in the bow and present it so that we don't notice that she was suspended. But she was absolutely suspended, but she would never admit that, and of course, Bravo would never expose her like that. So that's that. And of course, Kenya confiding in someone, Cynthia or Kandi. Those are her friends, or Aunt Lori or someone like that. The attorney we saw in the preview, you know, she was talking to the attorney and talking about prenups and things like that, but we shall see. So we shall see. Kandi and Todd, we've already seen them, had little conversations here and there, but you know, we shall see. And you know what, congratulations again to Kandi and Todd. You know, the surrogate is pregnant, all of that, so the baby, you know, will be here. And we'll get to see the baby. I shouldn't say soon because I don't know how far along the surrogate is, but congratulations to them. I was actually going to do a video on that and I never got around to it, but congratulations to them. All right. And of course, I posted about the ladies being at Pride. I posted a whole video on it, them being on the float. It was cool, all of that. All right. And yes, Eva and Cynthia being close and all of that. And then episode 4, on top of the float, forward part, you know, Cynthia and Nene come face to face for the first time since their fallout. Portia confronts the reality that Dennis was unfaithful. Kenya is forced to acknowledge the growing divide in her long-distance marriage. So there you have it. Same old, you know, long-distance situation, and that plus everything else going on around them led to, of course, where they are now. But like I said, I've been hearing some things, but I'm not going to speak on it. I'll just wait to see how it all plays out. Okay. We saw Portia crying in, you know, the previews. I'm sure she's crying over the Dennis situation. But like I said, they were able to resolve it, and now they're back together, and everybody looks happy again. So congratulations to them. Cynthia and Nene, as you can see from the pictures, Nene was on one side, Cynthia was on the other side. So now the reason why I put Phenomenal Dad in the title, okay, is because Bravo, once again, sat down with Kenya Moore, Bravo Insider, and they asked her about her husband, Moore-Daly, okay? And because the last few videos, Kenya's name was in the title and all of that, I did not want to, once again, start this new video talking about Kenya, because you need to know when to say when. You don't want to overdo it. So that's why I'm putting her in the back. But she did have an interview and talk about Mark. I posted the last video before I saw this, or before I remembered I had this. Had I remembered that I had this, it would have been perfect for the video I just uploaded about Daily Sundays. But let's get to it. Kenya Moore compliments Moore-Daly's skills as a phenomenal dad to Brooklyn. Okay? And you know, they posted this adorable image right here that we've already seen and posted before. And Kenya wrote, Kenya said, Mark is a phenomenal dad to Brooklyn. He is completely and absolutely in love with her. He has been spoiling her, and I really just can't stand that part. But the good part is that he's a really loving and doting dad. She said in a video, you know, if he's not there, he's FaceTiming her several times a day. It's just a really beautiful thing to see, to have wanted this for so long, and for it to actually be my reality is really kind of beautiful. Oh, that is so this right here is beautiful, that regardless of whatever, as long as Mark is being an amazing father and she's being an amazing mother, that's all that matters, you know. And I wish them absolutely nothing but the best. Bravo Insider also asked Kenya, who would she trust the most to babysit Brooklyn? She said Kandi first, of course, because she's seen Kandi with Ace and all of that. And then she said, of course, Cynthia Bailey. And then she said Cynthia Bailey been around Brooklyn more than any of the housewives, which makes sense.
You got milk on your face, silly. You got milk on your face.
Here. What are you doing? Right. You're getting all messy. You're messy.
Sorry, you guys. I have a late night visitor. It's Miss Brooklyn Daly.
She might get too hot.
Miss Brooklyn Doris Daly.
Hi.
And King and Twirl are in their bag. We had a little power outage.
Oh, they just said the power just came on.
Oh, it just came back on?
Yeah, but I'm gonna get me again.
Oh, y'all spending the night now.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm gonna
You guys can just go back to the morning.
Do it again.
Do it again.
Say it with me. Aww. And she feels like Cynthia will be the best because she feels like, Cynthia probably missed, those moments when Noelle was younger and she, held her as a baby and all of that. So having Brooklyn around probably bring back those memories, so she would trust Cynthia Bailey the most. That's that. And yeah, so anyways, I'm wishing all of the ladies nothing but the best, kudos, and I'm looking forward to seeing the new season now. But what I talked about in the last video with the whole spitting thing and Moore-Daly possibly being Nene's friend and all of that, like I said, I'll wait and see. You know what I'm saying? I'll wait and see. Because I would say that people say things to get under your skin and to get a reaction out of you. And this could be one of those things, wanting to get a reaction out of Kenya. But, we shall see. All right. Just going to go ahead and end it here, my final loves. Thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also turn on notifications so when I do post, you where I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.